Hello everyone, welcome to Studio Cafe 315. I'm Roseanne Perla, and we are going to make a card tonight with a pocket. I am using Perfectly Pears and the Painterly Pears 12 by 12 papers and the suite, all of the items. Okay. And the reason I'm using this paper again is because I am highlighting the 2025-2027 in color products that are 15% off for the rest of August. I just decorated the outside of the envelope with Darling Duckling. Okay, and this is the marker set. I also used Old Olive and blender pen. Okay. The blender pen works better with alcohol markers than it does with the watercolor markers. I should use my watercolor pen to color that in, but I didn't have it readily available tonight, so I did that instead. Okay, let's get started. The card with a pocket is going to look like this, okay? It is a slide-in pocket, okay? And I'm going to show you the stamp set, and it tucks right in there, okay? There is no back, but I did put a note card to write a message. You have your message here, and then inside you have your message, may all your wishes come true, happy birthday. On the inside of the pocket, this sentiment card. So this is for notes or just to finish it off. You can decorate it. I could put another little piece of paper down at the bottom here and a note. I also decorated the envelope with a piece of paper. This was from the sale. It was the free pack from the January celebration sale. Next year, January 2026, they're not going to offer the celebration sale, but instead they're going to start in December with an order of $75 every month. We'll have a special, and it'll be special stamp sets, special offerings that you can get for, I think, an additional $5. They're going to be great offerings. Okay, so let's get started. I want to get my little eraser here. I have a little bit of adhesive that got on there. Okay, I'm going to have to do some cutting. I am using this piece of Painterly Pears paper. It is two-sided, and this is the other side. So it has a little bit of strawberry slush in there and the Darling Duckling. And it has, this is strawberry slush, so you can find that muted. I think Cloud Cover is in those leaves. Secret Sea is the background. And a little bit of Timid Tiger mixed with strawberry slush on these pears. Okay. And then these pears are Darling Duckling and Mossy Meadow. I used Old Olive. Okay. Okay. There's also pears that you can cut out with the die cuts. This paper, only this paper, is part of the sale because it is part of the 2025-2026 colors. It has all of these colors in it. So that's what I'm highlighting. And I used for my stamp set Encircled with Love. So if you don't have the stamp set, you don't need die cuts for the stamp set. The punch 1 7/8, which is back in stock. It took a long time to get this punch in. It was in a while ago, and then it went out of stock right away. So this is a very popular punch. It's 1 7/8. We'll cut out any of these. And the 2-inch punch you can use for a background, which I did here with the pretty peacock, just as a border. Okay. You could add ribbon to that card. We'll see what I end up doing. I didn't feel that it needed any other embellishments, so I left it alone, but I can add a piece of paper to the back, like I said. You could end up adding ribbon and adding that ribbon in there. I know this is not, because it needs to be moved over a little bit. It's driving me crazy. So I can imagine if it's driving you crazy. Now it's centered. You just have to put it in, and I'll show you how I did the mechanism. I'll get right back to that as I put this all together. Okay, so let's cut. I am going to do, I was thinking Secret C, but I am going to do instead, and you can get any of the ink pads, inks. There are many other papers. There are paper pumpkin kits, all 15% off. And I have a special starting every week that I do a card. You can get that card if you place an order for that week. So it would be one of these cards tonight. And for each $25 order and up, it goes in increments of 10. $25, you can get the this flower bouquet kit. I am doing a spin this month. I haven't done a spin in a long time. So you can get one chance to win it with a $25 order, a $35 2 chances, a $45 3 chances, a $55, you know, so forth and so on, for all the way up to 10 chances for a $95 and up order. And at the end of the month, actually on September 1st, I will do the spin and on a live, and I will tell you who won the order, who won the kit. It is very easy to put together. It's a little bit time consuming, but it ends up being beautiful. And I really love this floral because you can use it year round. You can always have it out. You can always put it away. You can use it all spring, from March all the way to summer, into fall, and then, you know, September, put it away. But it is beautiful for someone who is in a nursing home, an older person. They can have it out all year, and it just brightens your day. And you can, you know, buy a vase. I will tell you the length of my little pot there that I have. I got that at IKEA. You can purchase those at IKEA if you are interested. And you can use it for someone who's sick in the hospital. You can use it all year round, like I said. And it's all paper. So it's beautifully done. They are coming out with a fall wreath, which is all leaves. And you can also make this into a wreath, this floral arrangement. Instead of doing the, you would put them on there, and then you would cut them and add them and, you know, twist the wire and add it to a wreath. And you can make a very pretty wreath with those, the flower arrangements. And you can make a wreath with the kit that's coming out that is the leaves. It might be already out. I think it's already out, the leaves. The fall leaves. The fall leaves you can do as a garland. It's a big garland, or you can make it into a wreath. All paper. Okay. So these are the in colors. Okay. You can buy a mixed assorted pack, of in colors, 8.5 by 11. You can buy the 12 by 12 double-sided, but it would be single packs. I don't think it's a mixed pack. Let me double check. There is my 12 by 12. I do have a 12 by 12 of this. It's single packs, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can get a mixed pack, but I'm just double checking. It's been a long time since and the 12 by 12s are great for card making. They're great for tearing because they show the white part of it. I don't know. You guys have catalogs, you can check that. Or check online for me and let me know. I'm putting together I want to get my iPad up so I can see if there's any questions or comments. Okay. Hi, Ann. Hi, Carol. Hi, Sharon. It says 2 people are watching, and I have 3 comments. Thank you guys for watching. So I am going to use a regular 5.5 by 4.25 base. I'm going to close these. But I'm only going to use 1/2 of it. And there's another pocket I wanted to show you, just making a pocket, but I really like this one a lot. So what would you use a pocket for? You can use it just as a sentiment. You can put you can put cash in there. You can put a gift card in there for a gift. You can just keep it as a sentiment and not put anything inside there. Okay. So that's what you would use a pocket for. I use pockets often. Okay. We're going to take the piece that I cut, this piece, and we are going to cut it in, cut 1 1/4 off. Make sure your orientation is at the top because the 1 1/4 needs to be at the top. Okay. And I am going to attach this. I have a little paper clip. So I want to line it up and match up the pieces. So I am doing the 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to clip this because I want to add the top first and make sure that the orientation is correct. See, I'm going to add it right attached to it, like it's attached. Okay. So let me do that. I'm going to use some glue, the green glue. A lot of people call it the green glue because it has the green top and bottom. Did you know you can use your bottom? It's a thicker tip, very wide tip. So if you were using it for a project or something like that, you have that wide tip as well. Do you have any other ideas for a pocket? What you would use your pocket for? Besides a gift card and those items. And then what you're going to do is only do these 3 edges very, very lightly. I mean thin. Okay. And now this isn't going to go up, right? And then it's going to go thick. And I need it thin. It's supposed to be like a secret pocket, so you're using glue. I'll get my other one. I always have a backup. I have a brand new one. I just haven't dove into these. And this one really oozes out, so. Because it's so new and it's so full. And I really have to go very, very light. And I probably do not need to store it upside down right now because it keeps doing that to me where it oozes out. And I'm going to rub some of that off because it's oozing. I'm going to store this right side up. Upside down if it's not full like that. Okay. And I'm going to butt this up because I already measured that top piece. Okay. Now I'm going to decide, oh, I do need that piece. I got to wipe off my hands first because I don't want to get everything else sticky. Sorry. So there are a lot of colors. I could use the checkered back of one of these, or I could use one of the other colors. But I already cut the piece. I'm sorry. So the little strip is 3.5, excuse me, by a half an inch. And it's a little strip. I could have even used a solid strip. Sorry, it's going to take me forever to... I don't mind ink on my fingers, but I do mind glue. It's something that just really annoys me. Okay, so I'm going to use this side, and I'm going to put it right underneath and center it. Now I can barely see that little crease. I live right like on the border of our town, and I can hear sirens going and going. And they're very close by. They're right in the area. So they're probably going up the side street. I really want to get that right on the edge. And you have your pocket. Okay. And what I'm going to do is take my 2-inch punch, and I'm going to center it. I shouldn't have attached it. Let me see. There. Do this before you attach it. I'm messing up my card. I'm so sorry. And my cat's being naughty behind me, which is distracting me. There we go. It's coming on. I didn't put that much glue on. Lately, I am messing up. And you want to get it right to the edge of this piece. You don't want to cut off the edge. I cut off the edge in the other one. I'm just going to do this. And I am eyeballing it, which is driving me crazy because then I'm going to really mess up this card. So instead, be patient. And this is 3.5. So I'm going to go right there. And we have 1, 2, and 3/4 and 3/4. So that's the center at 3. I moved it over. And this is going to get cut off right to the edge. I'm going to leave a teeny edge. How was your day, everyone? I had a super, super busy day. Now, on the punch, you can see that there's that line, and that gives you the center as well of where you want to cut. So I want to get right there. Oops. But I want to be right under that line. So I leave a little edge. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now I have to glue this down again. And I will get that with my glue eraser. I was in meetings today. Oh, I love the heat. Wait till you see me tomorrow, Carol. I got a good tan out there. I'm sorry. I'm not too prepared tonight, but I did enjoy my day, and I had coffee with a friend. I went there in years. I'll get that later. My phone thing stuck to my metal piece here. Okay. And I am going to color this in after, at the end. And I am going to make the centerpiece. And I am going to stick with, I think I might do very vanilla instead of white. And should I bring in another color? Should I bring in the strawberry slush? Or I don't want to do the dark color. I can even bring in a different yellow, but I think there's too much yellow already with the Darling Duckling. The green would be good, one of the greens. And maybe yellow on top, or the strawberry slush. Let's try it. Green is not part of the 2025 colors. Okay. let's look at strawberry slush. I'm just going to cut out a background piece. For a background piece, let's see. And then I'm going to try a green piece. Sometimes that's the only way. And it's just paper, and you know what? I can use this for another card. So if I put that there, I like it. You're not going to see the whole thing. And then I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a green, and I'm going to try a so I can stamp on this with the Secret C. That looks nice. I could do a very vanilla instead. And then I can go for the greens. Let me see. Old Olive or a Mossy Meadow. I think Mossy Meadow's too dark. But we can try it. And not a garden green, I don't want that. And then very vanilla. Okay. This is Mossy Meadow in the 2-inch for a background. Who likes punches? Aren't the punches easy? Oh, I'm sorry. That was 1 7/8. Okay. Well, I don't want 1 7/8. I want 2 inches. I didn't look. Should have looked first. I sometimes just like punches. They're just so much easier. Okay, that. Okay. No, I can't do, I have to do a light color. So that or this. Okay, and then the very vanilla and the 2-inch. This is the 2-inch. I line it up all the way to the edges, and then I cut it and snap it. Okay. I didn't need a 2-inch in this. I'm messing up. I needed a 1 7/8. I'm worried about the 2-inch, 1 7/8. And I got all these sizes. Okay. You know what? You can always use circles. So, no biggie. Okay, so very vanilla with strawberry slush doesn't do anything for me. I prefer, if I do strawberry slush, I prefer the Darling Duckling and strawberry slush. Okay. Or I could do, no, I don't want Darling Duckling on the background. The Old Olive with that, or Old Olive with the Darling Duckling. What do you think? So I think it's a choice of these two. Let me see what you said. I think you're getting cut going in and out, at least on my end. I like punches. They are easier than die cuts. What about colors, guys? Okay. It's such a little border that you're making me make the choice, huh? I just got to make the choice. I'm going to do the Mossy Meadow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to tell you 2 more measurements for this card. Now you could do more layers. You could do an embossed piece on the background, and there's a lot of little combinations you can do of things. Okay, so I need my white that I cut out already. So I just need to make a trim on them. I have a whole bunch of them. It's been one of those days for me. I almost canceled tonight because I couldn't get it all done with my family obligations and personal obligations that I wanted to, I went out at 3:30, 3:45, and took a quick swim because it's good for me. Nobody will fault me for that. Okay, I'm just going to cut. I have all of these pieces cut, and I don't have them right now, so let me cut this out of the way. Push these off. I don't need a vacuum cleaner. I need my arm. So a little lesson in cutting. We haven't done this in a long time. I need 8 on this end. So I'm going to do 2 pieces. And I need 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, which is 10 1/2 on this end. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half at 4. And cut this in half at 5 1/4. And this will be the back piece. Okay, so we'll stick that down. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. Normal standard. Okay. And I need, the circle is 2 inches, and then the other circle is going to be the 1 7/8. And then I need a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 to put in my pocket. So 4 1/4, I'm going to cut this one this way, by 2 3/4. And you could go to 3 on this, but I'm going to stick to 2 3/4. So I waited for this to stick down nicely so that I can actually go like this with my fingers. And I'm able to put this in here and sort of put it in the middle, okay? But I want to stamp this first. Let's do a little switch. I think I'm done cutting. Actually, I'm sure I'm done cutting. Okay. And choose which sentiment out of the encircled with love. I can put way to go, thank you, a little something for you, which would be cute with the pocket. And or I can put happy birthday, and I can put a little something for you inside or on the bottom of it, with love. So I can do this as another birthday card, or you're on my mind and in my heart. Sorry. Okay. You can also use, you know, just a regular one of your sentiments from another stamp set without the encircled. I think I like that floral. So I think I'm going to do thank you for this one. Although I have my happy birthday already, because I used it on the other one. I'll put that back. You could actually even take this piece and this piece, and you could do one of the bordered dies that gives it a pretty border. There's a lot of things you can do with this and change it up any way you'd like. I'm using Secret C, giving it a test run. It almost looks black. It will lighten up a teeny bit. I want to try that one more time. It came out grainy. It's getting better. Let's do that. And I'll do a little wash. It just means that it hasn't worked itself in. I can see that it's now getting better. It's grainy, and I didn't fully get the ink on there. I think the first one was the best one. Okay, let's try it again. You always have the oopsie side. Okay. And I need an oopsie side. It's par for the course today. I'm going to have to put my head under here. Beautiful. Finally happy. Okay. Not perfect, but I'm happy. And that is the first time I have used Secret C. It's not my favorite color. Okay. I don't go for dark colors. But this paper had that color in it. A lot of people love it. It's their favorite. I am a Strawberry Slush, Darling Duckling, and Timid Tiger person. And Strawberry Slush was my favorite when it came out on stage in March. on stage is the big convention that I went to. A little bit stuck. Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the little trick here, we're going to attach this, and I use dimensionals on which one did I use dimensionals on? Oh, in between, I use dimensionals, okay? And I use the minis, but now I am using, geez, I just got confused. I'm using the big ones. Because that's what I grabbed. Yeah, 5 of them for that little thing. I could have just used my minis. And the minis, that's what I use for that one, and it doesn't stand up a ton. This one stands up a little bit higher. And there we have that. Okay. Now, I want to, doesn't matter, I can always center that after. I want to stamp this before I put this on with something pretty. Where are my pears? My Painterly Pears. I could also do leaves, which I think I'm just going to do the leaf from Textured. Because my Painterly Pears, oh, here it is. Yeah, it doesn't have leaves. I do have my cutouts as well that I could put on my ephemera. I can punch some leaves, but I'm going to use these leaves. I haven't used this set in a long time. I'm going to use the little ones because this is a small area, and I'm going to just do them on the side. And I'm going to use Old Olive. I like Old Olive. It's one of my favorites. I use it a lot. I probably should buy a re-anchor. Ah! I'm forgetting, with the rubber stamp, you don't need to press that hard. So, little lesson, just go lightly. Okay, and it leaves a great image. Sorry, I haven't used rubber stamps in a little bit, like a week. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I know it's messy, but that's perfect. Okay. And actually, this is a great set because of the sentiments to put, and I had this one out, your kindness made my day, or I can, a little note of appreciation. Or you don't have to, you could, leave it blank, but I'm so glad we're friends. Just a note to let you on your kindness made my day. I know I used this one, I think, last week on the cards. I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to put the sentiment right here. It's going to fit right here. I'm going to try the Secret C again. Messy. Huh. Okay. I'm going to leave it like it is. I'm just going to show you. And I'll do another one. You want this towards the top and centered. And you're just going to put a bit of glue right there. And I'll take it off later and I'll make a new card because you can see through this. It's the thin cardstock. I can use thick. Again, right in the middle, right there. You only need a little bit. And towards the top. And centering it, you get that little movement right there. And I'm just going to hold it. Okay. And then see how it has that lip? And again, you're centering your card here. Okay. And there you have it. Okay. And then on the back, I'm going to put another leaf. I don't want it to get on the edge of my card, so I'm putting this here. Okay. So a little mask with the paper so that I didn't get any of the green on. I should do this again ahead of time. And there you have a very pretty card. Okay, it doesn't stand up. And one of my things is I love cards that stand. So I'm going to do a couple of other different pockets, not tonight, but I will do it this week, and I'll do some short videos and show you those. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.